Hello, new joiners. We will begin here shortly. Just going to stay pretty much muted and just wait until we kind of more officially begin qualifying, and then I'll officially begin. Mic test, mic test, mic test. Hello, Deviant race fans. It's another relegation race. We have a big one here today. More drivers than in any previous relegation races. We have 7 drivers today. We're going to quickly introduce all the drivers as they begin their qualifying, which should happen momentarily. Going off the list in the GT World rosters, starting at the bottom, we're going to have Mercury, GTD driver, looking to get promoted, get back into pro. Followed by Binkett, a relatively new driver with us, looking to prove himself, looking to see if he has what it takes to make it into pro. I know there's a couple drivers that are rooting for him to get promoted today. Followed by Thrasher. Can't actually look at the cars right now too well. You can kind of see it over on the left-hand side. We'll take a better look once we're in qualifying. But Thrasher's the next driver up on the list. Another GTD driver, been around us since the beginning, an OG driver. K. Morris is the next driver on the list. I don't have much to say about K. Morris, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Been with us for quite a while as well. I believe a GTD driver. Trying to remember who all is in GTD and who is in pro. I think Thrasher might have been in pro last season. I actually don't remember. I'm so sorry. No, it was not Thrasher or K. Morris. None of these drivers were in pro. Okay. The next driver up on the list is Jim. Good old Jim, looking to see if he can make it into pro today. I think he's got a good shot. I think Glovis, Dirksey, and Jim all have a pretty solid shot today. Almost every driver has a solid shot of making it into pro today. The next driver, of course, is Dirksey, longtime driver. Been with us for a long, long time. Looking to see if he can get into pro today as well. And then, of course, we have Glovis, who, of all the drivers on this list, Glovis is the one who doesn't belong here. He is way faster than a relegation race, and he has simply just had a bad season last season. Couple incidents, couple mistakes, and he just couldn't get the points he needed to stay above the line. So I fully expect Glovis to dominate today's race. As the drivers are finally getting out for qualifying, it looks like Glovis is first out of the pin, followed by Dirksey. It looks like they're doing a intentional staggered start here. Just so that they can get some space between them. That's a good idea. Let's see what everybody's driving today. Glovis is in the AMG. Looks like Dirksey is in the Ferrari. Looks like those are the two primary vehicles that are going to be seeing a lot of drive today, is the AMG and the Ferrari. Thrasher also in the Ferrari. Jim also in the Ferrari. K. Morris driving the AMG. Or sorry, that's Mercury. Mercury driving the AMG. Looks like K. Morris is also driving the AMG. He should be heading out of the pits here shortly. Binkett's next one was also driving the AMG. So we have a pretty good split field, about 50% Ferrari, 50% AMG. Should be interesting in that regard to which cars of those two do the best. I guess nobody liked the Renault, huh? So Glovis completes his first out lap, and we'll stick with him for the hot lap here. See what kind of pace he sets for the qualifying first out of the gate. We'll call off the turns as we go here. This is turn 1, obviously. Very hard braking zone. Dip into the corner, get a fast acceleration out. A fast corner 2. And followed immediately by 3, where you just kind of lit off just enough to get traction into the hard acceleration. Hard braking into turn 4 up the hill. And you're going to want to switch sides over to the other side of the track for turn 5. Get nice down low and deep into this corner so you can get a hard acceleration out. Going wide on that corner is something that happens pretty consistently. Turn 6 and 7 here on the straight. Glovis first, Jim second. I can't. Your message got cut off for me on the third, so I'm not sure who you're calling for third place. But I definitely agree that Glovis is very likely to win this race. Just missed the call out, so it was like 4, 5, and 6, I think. I've all messed up on the numbers at this point. Anyway, Glovis coming in for his final corners. A little chicane here at the end. This is a pretty tricky little section to finish the track off. Let's see what kind of pace Glovis is on. Morris, gotcha. 120.7, that is a really good time. Might be able to get slightly faster on one more lap around if those softs hold up. Dirksey about 7 or 8 tenths behind. Let's see if he's on a... manages to hit a purple sector here. He is. We'll stick with him just because he's on a purple. Oh, somebody wiped out. It looks like K. Morris wiped out going up the hill. Yeah, we will have live stewards today. If anything happens, I should get a DM. I might be a little late on the update just because of the delay and lag and needing to read and all that fun stuff. But if anything does happen, I will try my best to report it and see if I can capture it for you. Glovis sets another fastest lap. A 120.5. About a full second ahead of second place at the moment. Let's see what Dirksey runs here. Not any faster. Mercury coming around for his second lap. See if he can get above Dirksey on the qualifying here. Oh, Thrasher took Mercury's spot. Is it any better? It is blue. Back into third place for Mercury. Jim should be... Where is he on the track? No, he just finished his lap. Binkett's decided he's going to get a fresh set of tires and try again. We have roughly about 5 minutes remaining in qualifying. These are pretty quick laps, so you can run quite a few. Stop, restart, try again. I'm not sure on the total number of laps for today's race. I think it's going to be somewhere in the range of 23 to 24, if I'm not mistaken. Dirksy's doing the old pit trick where he gets some new tires but no gas so he can be a little faster out there. This one looks pretty fast for Mercury. Let's see what he does here. Oh. Nope, no faster. Yeah, I agree. I think Glovis is going to dominate this race today. I think he's the most skilled driver in this pack of 7. Definitely sets the, currently a full second, more or less, above the second place. He just had a rough season. It's 10 minutes of qualifying, Preston. So they should be, they've got about 3 minutes left or so. About 3 or 4 laps, maybe 3 laps if they really rush it. Glovis into the pits. Either he's happy with where he is, or he's going to give another try real quick. I know that feeling. I don't think there's much question that Glovis will take home first place in this race and stay in Pro where he belongs, for sure. The real question will be, what happens with the other 6? Luckily, the top 4 are all going to move to Pro. So the odds are in everyone's favor, that's for sure. Jim goes, my tires are beat. You just go on through, Dirksy. This is not a real track for anybody that doesn't know. It's fully fantasy. I think the hardest corner is probably that one right there. After that hard braking, that uphill fast acceleration out can really make the cars loose, especially the Ferrari, I found. I was driving the Ferrari on here over testing purposes, or not, sorry, over, whatever. And I have no words today, sorry. And I found going uphill that the Ferrari got a little loose. I think the AMG is a bit more stable and it can just kind of power through that uphill area where the Ferrari likes to kind of get a little squirrely. So that might be where the difference on some of the car handling goes. We'll see how things pan out. Well, nobody's using the new Ferrari. Everyone's using the old Ferrari, I believe. I don't think anyone's actually driving the new Ferrari today. It's just the, I forgot what the name of the car is. The 328 or whatever it is. I forget. I'm sorry. I am surprised the AMG seems to be the car of choice overall. Thrasher, you need to get some new tires, buddy. I'm not sure if there are tire restrictions if we have to do a hard and a medium stint today, or if it's just anything goes. If anybody knows the answer to that one, 456 Italia. Thank you very much, Komakopa. Does anybody know if there's tire requirements for today's race, or if it's anything goes? Does anybody have the answer to that one? Oh, look at Binkett. Binkett set a top 2 time. If you can keep it on the track, which seems to be a struggle on this corner specifically, it's looking like he's going to be a fast driver today. He could move into Pro for sure. So medium, okay. Mandatory 1 lap. Okay. So medium tires are mandatory today. Any other tires you want are up to you, but you do have to at least run one stint on medium tires, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure most of the drivers will probably do a double medium stint if I had to guess. So it looks like our qualifying list at the moment is going to be Glovis, followed by Binkett, Dirksey, Thrasher, Mercury, K. Morris, and Jim bringing up the rear. All these drivers are separated by very, very small margins here. Glovis obviously has about a half second on Binkett, but from Binkett down to Mercury, we're talking less than a second. 2, 3, and 4 are separated by less than a tenth altogether. That is insane. That is going to be some close driving for those remaining podium positions to move into Pro for sure. Things could get really interesting. Let's just take a quick look at our qualifying results here, official. Let everybody soak that in. Let's see, are any surprise vehicles? No, everything's just the Mercedes or the 456. 458 Italia. Numbers are hard. So about 3 Mercedes and 2 Ferraris. So that is the split today. We should begin here shortly. A 30-minute race. Top 4, move on. Bottom 3, go home crying. Or just dominate next season. GTT, whatever the case may be. Once everybody is set and ready to go, we should begin here shortly. Just waiting on that countdown for the race to begin proper. So it'll be a grid start. It will not be a what's the word? I have no words today. Standard grid start, not a time delay where you have to hold the brake and wait for the lights. I forget what that's called. And here we go. Here's the countdown. 8 seconds. Race will begin. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to spend too much time with Glovis because he's going to be so far ahead that I'm going to have to watch everybody else. Oh, it is a false start. So standard GTD3 starts. Looks like Glovis is on the soft tires. Medium, 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 soft. Two drivers on soft tires, everybody else on the mediums. And off they go. A little bit of bumping right off the gate as Binkett gets passed by the Ferraris. Everybody into turn 1. Beautifully executed, no incidents on the first turn. That's a good start. Mercury and Binkett side by side into, looks like turn 4. Binkett battling. Oh, and he just squeezes ahead of Mercury. What good overtake there. Glovis is starting to pull away already. Dirksey riding the slipstream. Binkett hot on his tail. Oh, Binkett loses it. Nice recovery. Mercury did not have an opportunity to make a move. Mercury gets a little loose there himself. Wish these angles were a little more zoomed out on this view so I could see more cars at once. Binkett, you're weaving there, buddy. Weaving is not allowed. You get one move on the straight. If you make a second, that could be a penalty. Binkett's a little wide through the corner. Gets a little bit of bump off Mercury there. Overall, I'm not seeing much lag. Glovis did have a little bit of lag in qualifying, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to be so far ahead. Mercury is looking for an opportunity to get past Vinkit up there. That corner is going to make or break everybody, I think, today. How well you can do that uphill right-hander. Mercury also on the soft tires. I think Vinkit's on the medium, so Mercury does have the advantage here for a couple laps. I don't know if the soft tires was a mistake or part of the plan, because they're not going to last too long. I didn't do enough testing to know for sure, but I get the feeling that a double medium stint would be perfectly doable here on this track. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that the drivers who started with soft may have done so unintentionally, or they got something really interesting in mind for their pit strategy. That's possible. He could get enough of a distance gap here. He's got about 4 seconds, but man, you know, pits are 45 seconds generally to get fuel, you know, 30 to 45 seconds. So it's definitely going to throw him back, especially if he has to make an extra pit stop over the rest of the field. That will definitely not be beneficial for him. Mercury's just all over Vinkit with the better tire set, just looking for an opportunity to make a move. No late break into the corner, trying to see if maybe he can fake Vinkit out, maybe. Vinkit is holding on for dear life. He really wants it, you can tell. It's possible we have some. Yeah, I'm not sure on the downforce settings for the drivers today. It is definitely possible that there is some variance in downforce. Thrasher just very comfortably watching the drivers in front of him, waiting for someone to make a mistake. As Vinkit and Merc continue to battle. All it's going to take is one little slip of the tires and someone's going to blow by. Merc's tires are starting to feel it a little bit. Let's see it. Dirksy's got a pretty good lead on third place at the moment, just kind of pulling away as they battle behind him. Glovis has got about a 5-second lead on Dirksy, comfortably pulling away. Let's take a look at K. Morris here, see how he's doing. It's only about 2.5 seconds behind Jim at the moment. Still in his rearview mirror at the least. Jim has dropped off a bit from the rest of the pack, falling about 5 seconds behind Thrasher at the moment, who is just right on Mercury's tail. 3, 4, and 5 are going to probably be on each other's butts this entire race. This is definitely where the action is going to be. Mercury tire into the dirt. He might be starting to feel those soft tires. I don't think fuel is going to be too big of a concern today. Again, I did not do any actual practice to know for sure myself, but we ran 15 minutes yesterday, and we had plenty of fuel for that. So two 15-minute stints should be a 30-minute stint. Mercury off the track. Nice recovery. Kept it straight and stable. He did lose some speed, though, and Thrasher's looking for an opportunity to make a maneuver. Good turn on the uphill right-hander for Mercury. Gets some distance off Thrasher again. Gets him off his bumper. Definitely starting to get some spread. Glovis has increased his lead up to about 6 seconds on Dirksy now. Dirksy pulling away a little bit as well. Over 2-second lead on Vinkit. And him Mercury and Thrasher are all still within a tenth of each other. Jim and K. Morris still pulling up the rear here. Continuing to drop back a little bit. Pit strategy, of course, will matter here. Glovis on the soft tires will have to pit early. Mercury as well on the soft tires will have to pit early. Everybody else on the medium tires, they'll be able to stay out for at least the first 15 minutes without too much trouble, I would imagine. Yeah. Probably not going to be watching Glovis too much. We'll check in with the top and bottom drivers from time to time just to see what the splits are. But yeah, this is where the action is, 3, 4, and 5. This is where we're going to probably be watching for most of this race. Unless something changes pretty heavily position-wise. Once Merc pits off these tires, things are definitely going to change. Oh, Binkett off the track. That could be penalty-worthy. We'll see what happens. Looks like, no, Binkett just lost a bunch of speed. He did not pick up the penalty. But that did give the opportunity for Merc and Thrasher to make very fast passes down that straight on him. So now he is in traffic. He's going to have to find a way around Thrasher to get back up on Mercury. Let's ride along with Thrasher a little bit here. Those medium tires seem to be holding up pretty well over 7 laps so far. Considerably better than the softs are, that's for sure. Ferrari loves to get just a little squirrely on there. I had it every single time. Looks like Thrasher's starting to pull away from Binkett a little bit, who's may have made another mistake. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the softs are well spent at this point. Especially that front right tire. If I was Merc, I'd probably want to get off these guys, off this tire set, if that's in the strategy. I'd probably want to get off this tire set either next lap or the lap after at the very latest. I don't think they'll last too much longer. The tires on the AMG seem to be holding up just a little bit better. Not the front, but the rear. Binkett is holding in there. Currently out of the GTD Pro slot that he needs. But I imagine Mercury's going to be pitting here real soon. Him and Glovis. Into the grass. Having trouble holding that cut back on that chicane. That front right tire is just chewed up. It doesn't want to grip anymore. Yeah, even this lap is a dangerous lap to run. It's going to be, that tire is going to get real chewed up trying to hold these corners at speed on that last lap. Thrasher still nipping at his heels. Binkett has now dropped to about 2 seconds behind Thrasher. Seems to be struggling. Had a good pace earlier. Could be the tire wear it's affecting him. Could just be the nerves. All right, I imagine it's very likely we're going to see some of our first pit stops here very shortly. Let's see if Glovis decides to pit or stay out for another. That looks like a pit stop to me. Yep. Glovis into the pits. About 50% fuel after 9 laps, so yeah, it looks like they've calculated that they will need 2 stops for this 30-minute race. Mercury is staying out for another lap. That is dangerous. Hopefully he can make it around safely without giving up too many positions. I really feel Merc has to pit at the end of this lap, or he's gonna have a bad day. There is very little life left on that tire. Yeah, I agree, Nick. I would have done a one-stop double medium myself. I think that's what most of the field is intending here. I get the feeling Merc didn't intend to put softs on, but Glovis did. So we'll see what happens here. I am glad we have some tire variants, because that at least makes things interesting for the broadcast. So Merc's going to have trouble on this corner for sure. Let's see if Thrasher can make a move here soon. Yeah, as he caught up just a little bit. Not quite enough to make a move. Just be patient, Thrasher. I think he's going to pit. Yeah, Mercury definitely into the pits. Limping into there. Thrasher takes second place. Binkett will come in, will pass for third. It's possible. Let's see how what Glovis is doing. Glovis is now on the medium tires. Did not fill up the tank. 3/4 of a tank. Maybe had a little bit more before he ran that one lap, but effectively 3/4 of a tank. So he has not filled up the tank. That is an interesting call as well. He should run the slightly faster medium times, but he will definitely have one more stop before the end of this race. So he's got some catching up to do. At least his last stop should be, hopefully, be able to be a quick one if he's calculated his fuel properly. So Thrasher following Dirksey at the moment. Dirksey number 1, Thrasher 2, Binkett 3. All separated by about 2 to 3 seconds each car. Oh, I have faith that Glovis will as well. Glovis did make the pass on Mercury while Mercury was in the pits. Makes sense. Mercury did fill up the tank, so that is a definitely a different strategy than Glovis is currently running. K. Morris's mediums are really starting to get faded. That front right is getting pretty chewed up. Binkett's as well. Thrasher's has lasted a bit longer due to the Ferrari. And Dirksey's in the same situation. The Ferrari front tire wear is definitely holding up better than the AMG. It's possible. The undercuts really, in my opinion, work best if you really manage your fuel. You want that last stop to be as quick as possible, and that's if you manage your fuel just right to have the fastest fuel stop possible. On that last stop, the undercut can work the best. But that's pretty much what it takes to really make an undercut successful, at least in my humble opinion. It's possible. None of the Ferraris are running soft tires, so I don't know. All the Ferraris started on mediums. The only 2 soft tires were both on the AMGs. Dirksey begins lap 13. 2 seconds ahead of Thrasher, who's got a 4-second gap on Binkett, with a 7-second gap on Morris, who's got a 6-second gap on Jim. Glovis is caught right up to Jim. Not unexpected at all. Down to a 1.5 seconds. He should be probably making a pass on this lap, I would imagine. The kind of pace that Glovis is on today. He cut that down from a 1.5 seconds to a second just on the straight alone. I imagine he does. He drove it all season. I'm seeing the overtake potentially in the next corner. There it is. He's going to take him on the outside. Jim gives him the corner. Very polite of Jim. Not much battle there. Glovis takes the spot back. Now he's just got to run down K. Morris. Dirksey into the pits. Thrasher into the pits. Fair bit of tire life left. They are low on fuel though, so it looks like they've basically hit their 50% mark for the race. We did pass 15 minutes not too long ago. I believe we're at 18, if I read that. It's either 16 or 18. It's hard to read. So Glovis takes his number one position back as everybody jumps into the pits. Looks like Jim is going to stay out a little bit longer. His tires are holding up considerably better than the other medium tire Ferraris. Especially that front tire. Definitely making it last. His fuel is also going too. Jim might be fuel saving. That would explain it. Less tire wear, more fuel. He's probably fuel saving. Trying to run a little bit longer of a stint on these medium tires than everybody else. Maybe get a faster pit stop and a shorter second stint. For Jim, that's definitely strategy in motion. So Glovis has regained first position. Let's see how far back Dirksey is from Jim. About 8 seconds. Oh, looks like Mercury and Thrasher are right back at each other's throats. Right back where they were before. Binkett is about 7 seconds behind at the Mercury at the moment. Needs to pick up the pace if he wants to have a chance at Pro. We're coming up on 10 minutes remaining. And there's Jim's pit stop. Jim definitely pit with the most fuel of the entire group, and he ran an additional lap, so I would say he was fuel saving for sure. Let's see how many positions Jim can hold on to as he's pitting. He has not begun fuel yet, and he's down behind Binkett, so I don't think... Oh, K. Morris passes him as well. So Jim will fall into last on his pit stop, as is expected. But 53%, look at that, soft tires and 53% fuel. He has planned this out, for sure. Jim is going to make the last 10 minutes on the soft tires with half tank of fuel. Let's see what he's got. Lots of screeching tires from Binkett as he takes, what, turn 5 or 6? I wish I had a map with all the turns listed. I looked, I could not find one. So these are currently our promoted racers. Glovis, Dirksey, Thrasher, and Mercury, the top 4. Doesn't matter where these guys finish, as long as they finish in the top 4. Other question is, will Glovis need to... I don't think so. 10 minutes remaining. Lots of tire wear, half a tank of fuel. I think Glovis is good. He will not have to stop a second time. Yeah, he can. Vic and I were thinking the same thing at the same moment. Yeah, I think Glovis should easily be able to make it to the end here. Everybody's on about 50% fuel at this time. Thrasher's got a little bit extra. Merck's definitely got way more in the tank than he needs, but it's better to have too much than too little sometimes. Especially with Merck's notorious habit of running out of gas. Binkett off the track. Blew that corner entirely. He might get passed by K. Morris here, who is right behind him, looking for an opportunity. K Morris looking for an opportunity to make a move. It's not going to get him into pro. Oh, is he going to the... No. It's not going to get him into pro. But he would certainly like to get past Binkett, I think. What is that? That's... I've never seen that before, K Morris. That was interesting. Go extra wide, apparently. I don't know what that was. He didn't actually touch the curb. He just went off into the shoulder area. Maybe trying to see if he could take the corner wider, perhaps? I'm not sure. That was a new one. I've never seen that before. I think Mercury's pretty comfortable here. I think Mercury's pretty comfortable here in 4th place. Probably not looking to put too much pressure on Thrasher, just because this is a pro spot. Doesn't need to hit the podium. So as long as he can keep that gap to Binkett, who is really being pressured by K Morris right now. See how far back Jim is. Jim is quite far back, trying to make those soft tires work as well as he can. See what kind of pace he's on right now when he crosses the line here. I imagine he's got to be blue. Nope, not quite. 36 seconds back from the leader, 8 seconds back from 6th place. Soft tires are unfortunately just not giving him the extra speed he was hoping for, I think. K Morris looking for the opportunity to get past Binkett. Binkett goes a little wide, kicks up some gravel. Binkett has struggled a little bit today on this track with just going wide and just kind of not hitting those corners perfectly. He's got good pace otherwise, but a couple mistakes have really cost him positions in this race. Mercury has fallen a little bit off Thrasher. Let's see, Thrasher is maintaining his gap on Dirksey here. Glovis way ahead, 10-second gap on the group. There's nobody that's going to catch Glovis for sure. We got about 4.5 minutes left to go in the race. Dirksey running a good stint. He's got to be driving with a smile on his face right now. Oh, thanks, Curtis guy. Appreciate that. I'm not going to go into that on the stream here, but thanks for that. K Morris 11 seconds back from getting promoted. Oh. Let's see if I can catch that overtake. What happened? Interesting. How do I get out of this? There we go. Yeah, I missed the overtake. K Morris on Binkett. I tried to catch it in the replay buffer, but I definitely missed it. It's possible Binkett went off the track again. That would explain the huge 5-second gap. Mercury into the pits again. What happened? What's going on here? Why is Mercury in the pits? Mercury's going to give up his 4th place position to K Morris with 3 minutes to go. I mean, he's got enough tires. Why did he pit? I don't understand. He had plenty of tires and plenty of fuel to finish the race out. Oh, he's put on another pair of softs. Oh, I think that was a huge mistake. I think you should have stayed out on those mediums, Merc. You had a huge gap to K Morris. You were guaranteed 4th position. Oh no. I don't know what Merc was thinking there. Maybe he thought he had more time left? I really don't know. There was no reason for him to pit. Right? He must have been bribed by K. Morris. Oh yeah, or he just wants to stay. Is he gonna pit as well? No, wait, what the hell just happened there? That was an interesting lag as K. Morris lag hit the barrier there. I thought he was gonna dead stop and break his car, but apparently that was just lag. That was absolutely crazy. I thought he was gonna pit for a second, and then all of a sudden he lag hit the wall. Looks like Mercury has a chance to regain 5th position from Binkett, but there's only 1 lap left in this race. And I don't see anybody else going into the pits. The top drivers just have to stick it out for 1 more lap. Let's see if we'll watch K. Morris here because he's the last position to get the pro slot, and if he makes a mistake or runs out of gas or something happens with him, this is going to be where the action's going to be. So we'll see if he has a good final stint here, and should have the fuel to make it. It is flashing red, but he should have enough. This is the last lap. There's a possibility that Jim might not make the final lap here. He's going to come down to the wire. No, he's got it. Mercury going to see if he can make another move on Binkett here. Okay, Morris just has to finish out his lap without any mistakes. Looks like Glovis is going into the final chicane here. And our race winner, and continues his spot in GTD Pro, to no one's surprise, Glovis in first place. Congratulations, Glovis. Dirksy's going to cross the line in the number 2 spot. Thrasher number 3. K. Morris coming around the final spot. Merck did take the position from Binkett, but I don't think he's going to catch K. Morris in time. That's a foregone conclusion. And K. Morris takes the final spot for GTD Pro. Glovis, Dirksy, and Thrasher all get promoted. Merck, Binkett, and Jim stay in GTD. Fantastic, nice, clean race by everybody. Good, exciting times. As always, it was very fun to broadcast. I'm glad everybody had a good time. Thanks, everybody, for showing up and watching. As usual, the draft will follow this in about 15 minutes or so. I'll see you guys then.